Hello everyone, this is Level Up Gaming, and this is day 2 of E3. I'm going to talk about Xbox first, and there is a lot to talk about for Xbox. I'm not sure if I'm doing PC gaming or Ubisoft. Obviously, if they're in there, you'll see. I'm going to have the fancy little table of contents right here that you can look at. In the background, you also notice it's Destiny. Nothing Destiny was related. Announced at the Xbox conference. It's just there for a background video. Okay, and I will get started on the Xbox conference right now just because there is a lot to talk about. So starting off at the beginning of the conference, they announced the Xbox One S, which will be 40% slimmer, have a 2 terabyte hard drive, be able to support 4K video output for things like Netflix, and there's also a white version of it. It's going to be white because, it's white, and, not saying anything racist there, just, it's white. It's also going to have HDR, and it will start at $299 coming out in August. And then fast forward to the very end of the stream, they announced the Xbox One Scorpio, or just Xbox Scorpio. I don't know if it's Xbox One, but it is going to have 8 CPU cores, 6 teraflops of GPU power, true 4K gaming, to quote them, true 4K gaming, which I guess is gaming at 60 FPS. It will have high fidelity HDR, and it will be VR capable, I believe, coming out in 2017. There's no price for it, but this looks fucking fantastic. PlayStation Neo was not talked about today or is not going to be talked about today, and I guess they have some stiff competition to prepare for. Xbox One, Xbox One S, and Xbox Scorpio will all be compatible with each other, so every game will work on each of the consoles. All your accessories, like your remote and stuff, and Kinect, is all going to work on all the consoles, so you don't have to worry about that, not leaving anyone behind. So this is all really great to see. And I'm really fucking excited to see if they can actually do this and keep it at console price. I'm not hoping for the console price though. I hope it's gonna be like that, but I'm not sure they'll be able to do it considering you need like a $1,500 gaming PC to be able to do that. But nonetheless, let's move on to some of the games. So we'll talk about Gears of War 4. This will support crossplay for PC, and by PC I mean Windows 10 and Xbox. Every time I say PC in here, just know I mean Windows 10 because they really want to fucking push Windows 10. And it's also going to have Horde Mode 3.0, which people in the audience seem to shit their pants over. It will have a co-op campaign that you can play with your friends on Xbox and on PC, and it will come out on October the 11th. And there will be a Gears themed Elite controller coming out with it. The Gears controller actually looks pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Also, they talked about Killer Instinct Season 3 will have new fighters, and if you would like to play Killer Instinct right now, it is free to play this week, so you can go download that right now on your Xbox One. Forza Horizon 3 was announced. It is a Xbox and Windows 10 exclusive. It is set in Australia. It will have places in the desert, jungle, urban areas, and beach settings. So that all actually seems pretty cool. Not going to lie, a plane looks like it just flew really close to my house. That's kind of scary. There was a live gameplay demo on the Xbox One S and on 4K PCs, so that looks pretty nice. It's obviously going to have really good graphics. And it's also they also talked about 4-player co-op campaign, and you'll be able to join other people's sessions seamlessly. So you get an invite, you can just press A or X or whatever it is, and you'll jump into their game without any loading screens or anything, kind of like the Division in some cases, and it'll come out on September the 27th of this year. Recore, which was a game talked about last year, was also demoed today, and you look like you're an explorer in a mech world, and you have mech sidekicks with different abilities. It's a third-person action-adventure game with elements of platforming built in. It will be launching on September the 13th. We haven't seen too much about it. I expect to see more later on, maybe at E3, but that's all we know right now. They did have a trailer for it, not like a gameplay trailer, just a regular trailer. After Recore was Final Fantasy 15. They had live gameplay on the Xbox One, and they were in the place called the Trial by Titan, I believe. Trial of Titan, something like that. I don't know much about Final Fantasy. People in the audience are really fucking hyped, so maybe that's a good sign. They also had a DLC trailer for The Division, which will be coming out on on June 28th, or at least the DLC is. And you're going to be in urban dungeons, underground expansion area. So that's going to be exciting if you like The Division. I gave up on that game a couple months ago, but nonetheless. And they also had a big Xbox announcement about Xbox Live and just more stuff. So I guess I'll talk about that now. So they're going to add more servers, and they're going to have background music for your Xbox One, which is something that PS4 already does, but nice to see it nonetheless. They're also bringing Cortana to Xbox One, and they're going to have clubs, which is kind of like communities, I believe it's called on PS4. And you're just going to have communities for different games, like Minecraft builders or, Destiny raid groups or something like that. And there's also going to be LFG for Xbox, and so you can go to your different games, and there'll be an LFG section there. So since I have Destiny in the background, we'll use that as an example. Need 4 for King's Fall hard mode, and you can invite people there. You can say how many you need, and then people can sign up for it, like send you a message or something. So that's gonna be really nice to see. It's gonna take away from a lot of going to Bungie forums or something. Going to forums of a game. So that's really fucking nice to see as someone who plays Destiny, because God, the lack of matchmaking is fucking awful. Next, we have Arena for competitive games. So Xbox is launching its own Arena mode, or at least Arena setting. You can play solo or with your friends. You can sign up for tournaments hosted by different games or companies. So, for example, EA is going to have a lot of tournaments in the coming years for their sports games like FIFA or Madden. You can play. They also announced another thing called Play Anywhere. You can play on your console, and then if you have to go, then you can play on your Surface or PC, and it'll pick up right where you left off, and you don't have to worry about any syncing or anything. It does it all on its own, and it has to be, of course, on Windows 10. And you can buy your game once and play it on both Xbox and PC. So that's kind of nice if you're a PC and Xbox gamer. Now we're going to talk about the shit that everyone came to this conference to see. We're going to talk about some fucking Minecraft. So on iOS, Android, Xbox, and PC, there will be crossplay. That is going to come out today, and something called the Friendly Update. They're also going to have dedicated servers for Minecraft Realms, and this will also work with Gear VR. So they had a Gear VR demo on stage. Everyone's playing together on different consoles, different platforms. So that's kind of nice to see if you're a Minecraft gamer. I don't play Minecraft that much anymore, but whatever. And you can also have texture packs for the Pocket Edition, and they're going to launch something called add-ons, so you can change how the mobs work. So this kind of seems like a step forward to bringing mods to the consoles and to the different platforms. They are going to plan on bringing mods to consoles and stuff later, but this is as close as we're going to get for now. They also talked about new controllers and a new way to make your controllers. So you can design a controller on Xbox.com, and Xbox will make it for you. It's basically the same thing as Scuff, except it's just Microsoft now, their official version of it. I'm actually going to make a new controller because my controller is pretty old now, 2 years old. So I'm probably going to get a new one from there because they can look pretty fucking nice. They also talked about Dead Rising 4, which is going to be an Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive. It's basically, Dead Rising. It's, what you'd expect from Dead Rising. If you've ever seen it before, it's basically the same thing, just tons of, fuck everything up, kill all the zombies. It's coming out in May of 2017, and if you like that kind of zombie game, it's probably going to be nice. They also talked about something called Inside, which is a new IP from the creators of Limbo. It's basically Limbo style, the artistic style of it. All looks the same as Limbo, so it's kind of cool because I did like Limbo. If you have not played Limbo, though, Limbo is now free to play on Xbox. You can go download that right now, and Inside will come out on June 29th. They also talk about something called Gwent. This was a different person, but Gwent is Hearthstone meets Elder Scrolls Legend, which if you did not know about, I talked about in yesterday's E3 video, which you can click in the card above. That's basically the only way I have to describe it. There's going to be a single player too, kind of like in Elder Scrolls. That's all they really talk about in Gwent. They also talk about Tekken 7. It's coming out in early of 2017. And you can play Tekken Tag Tournament 2 right now for free if you're an Xbox Live Gold member via backwards compatibility. They also talked about Scalebound, which is something they talked about last year too. They gave live gameplay of it, and it'll be coming out on Windows 10 and Xbox One exclusively. There's also a new trailer for Halo Wars 2, which they talked about last year as well. It is coming out on February 21st of 2017, and there's going to be a week-long beta on Xbox One starting right now. Go download it right now if you want to play it. It's available to play right now. And next time I'm going to do some rapid fire stuff. Try and get the rest of this done quickly. So moving on, we have Sea of Thieves. There was a gameplay trailer. State of Decay 2. There was another trailer. It's an Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive. Battlefield 1 EA Access players get to play it first on October 13th if you're on Xbox One. And a side note, DayZ is coming to Xbox One, which is going to be pretty fucking exciting. Alrighty, next we have Cringy Soft. I mean, Ubisoft. Damn. I wish I could take credit for that awful joke, but that was all Twitch chat, so don't blame me for that. The host is a fucking savage. I just need to get that out of the way right now. She was just outing Ubisoft, saying I'll pay well and stuff, but it's all joking. I'm gonna have the table of contents up now. You can skip to any part of this you want. It wasn't too much going on this time, but some stuff happening. It's not all in order, but nonetheless, let's get started. We have Ghost Recon Wildlands. There was a trailer, and I feel like I should say this for all the conferences from yesterday and today. If you watch yesterday's video, when I say trailer, I just mean like it was something that was pre-rendered. Everything was it was fully edited and all that stuff. And then I say gameplay trailer, meaning there's in-game engine and showing what it's looking like in real time, and that's something that I feel like it's important to note because I do make a distinction there. And trailer is just like this is what it could look like. This is like pre-renders of it, and then gameplay trailer is showing what it actually looks like in engine, fully rendered, and what it's looking like in real time after everything's built. So that's what it's more likely to look like. So just something to keep in mind, and I do try to specify which one it is. So they did have a trailer for Spec Ops, or sorry, Ghost Recon. You are playing as Spec Ops though, and you're trying to stop cocaine drug lords in the Middle East. It looks like you can play as solo or up to 4 players in co-op. It is the largest Ubisoft open world, and you can decide how you want to play. So you can either play loud or tactical. They gave a live gameplay demo of that, fully in-game rendered and all that stuff. And it will be coming out on March the 7th of 2017. Next, we have South Park, Fractured But Whole. I don't know how to say that without making it sound weird. It's supposed to sound weird. It's a South Park game. It's fucking stupid. There was gameplay. You can create your own superhero. The host was a fucking savage though, just like the host of the actual conference. Talking about there's a joke in the actual game about moms and dads fucking, and that's how everyone got there. And he's like, unless you're Jesus, like, my God, that was a bad joke. Anyway, if you buy this game, you get the Stick of Truth for free. So that's pretty nice if you haven't played the first one. And it will be coming out on December 6th of this year. They also had a quick VR game. And it was Star Trek Bridge Crew. So they had a trailer for it, and they had a live, or not live, it was live at the time, I guess, VR gameplay of it, and you can play as someone on the captain's deck, the bridge, in the new USS, or not USS, US. Is USS? I don't fucking know what it's called. You're playing as on the deck of one of the new starships, and it's like you're actually, Sulu or one of those people. I don't know too much about Star Trek, so I can't talk too much about this. So I'm just gonna move on to For Honor. I know a couple people that have been really looking forward to this. My good friend, or not good friend, I guess friend, Robert, if you're watching this, hope we're good friends. He's really excited for this. I'm really excited for this. I really don't know how to summarize this though. There was just so much shit going on for this game. It looks fucking fantastic. They gave a trailer for it and a live gameplay demo of it. It's like large scale battles, kind of like Total War. It's the first thing that came to my mind. But they did give a live gameplay demo of a Viking siege, which is pretty fucking cool. There's a hold the door joke to be made somewhere in all of this. There's also 3 clans that you can choose to play from. So like the Vikings, who's one of them, samurais, and I forget the last one. I'm sorry, but I don't have that in my notes I'm looking at. But there is one more nonetheless. It's honestly better for you just to watch this though. There was a single player reveal and stuff, but it's better for you just to watch the extra trailer. I'm gonna have it in the description. I really can't summarize this. It's just so much shit that happened for this. It is coming out on February 14th of 2017. Happens to be Valentine's Day. What else would you like to do on Valentine's Day? Right? Right. Moving on, we have Watch Dogs. They gave a DeadSec trailer to start off the game, then they had actual gameplay of it. The Twitch staff in the chat said, try not to fuck with us. Let's not head to Twitch headquarters. And I thought that was kind of funny. They're not I'm not going to talk about graphics though because that's all subject to change as we saw from last year. It did look nice, but obviously that could very well change. Personally, I think it's really fucking similar to Watch Dogs 1. I know some people that are really hyped about this. Jordan, if you're watching this, I don't mean to offend you, but I think it's the same thing as Watch Dogs 1. I don't think it's going to be that good a game. They did focus a lot on drones. Yeah, it was basically the same thing, just with drones, in my opinion, set in San Francisco, if you did not already know. It is coming out on November 15th of 2016. You can find the trailer pretty fucking easily if you want. It's it's Watch Dogs. I'll just leave it at that. They also had a new IP shown called Steep. It is an open world sports game set in the Alps. So whether you want to do wingsuiting, skiing, snowboarding, parachuting, it's all open world. You can do whatever the fuck you want. All these sports combined. It's something that's I never really seen been done before. They kind of made a mention of how they're the first ones to really do this. You can look at the trailer for it if you want. I suggest doing that. But that's my summary is basically as good as it's gonna get. I feel like it's not other way to summarize it. It is coming out in December. They didn't set an exact date, so December is all we have to go on. I'm gonna do rapid fire now, though, just for a couple more quick things that they didn't share too much about. The Division, it was basically the same stuff as the Xbox conference, except they gave another trailer for the Survival DLC. They also have a VR game called Eagle Flyer. They did a live PvP demo of it. It's like a VR capture the flag game. There's also something called Grow Up, which is a sequel to Grow Home. If you saw that, they also gave a new uh, sequel for Trials called Trials of the Blood Dragon. It's out now. It was a really fucking weird announcement. The guys that came out for it were really weird from Red Links. But nonetheless, and then lastly, they gave Assassin's Creed a movie because they're not doing a game this year. So a movie that no one wanted and will probably end up looking like absolute shit, as video game movies tend to do. But nonetheless, it's coming out in December if you want to see that. Michael Fassbender is the main character, so there's that if you want to see that. And that was really all that was at the Ubisoft conference. It wasn't too bad. It could have been worse. But yeah, that's basically what we have to talk about. If you heard the ding, I'm sorry, someone just texted me. That's awkward. But yeah, moving on, we will have the Sony conference now. Hello everyone, welcome to the Sony portion of this. If you're just skipping here, or if you're coming from the Ubisoft one, hello again. It's only been like 5 seconds, but nonetheless, here is the Sony conference. Here's the table of contents. You're looking at it now. Skip to any game you want, or watch the whole thing, which I invite you to do as well. I guess we'll just get started with God of War. So God of War was the first game in this. They started off with a gameplay trailer for like 10 minutes. Just a lot of God of War, to be honest. Not that it was bad, but they had a demo of a boss fight, and his son was in the background. The main character's son was in the background, and you can actually play as him, which we get to see a little bit of. And when they were hunting, he killed the deer. So rip deer. They also had an emphasis on the graphics and the whole polished cutscenes that they had. They really put a lot of effort into the graphics, and especially the cutscenes and cinematic areas that they showed off a lot during the gameplay trailer. So it looks really nice, to be honest, especially for our console. Next, we have Days Gone, which is another game. It is a survival game, kind of like a blend of Last of Us and State of Decay. It has survival mechanics that kind of feel like DayZ to me. It has slow-moving zombies, in case you care about that kind of stuff. They ended the actual conference with a like 10-minute gameplay of Days Gone. It just looks like your generic zombie game, to be honest. I mean, it's not that it's bad. It just looks like you could get the same experience from another game. That's just my personal opinion. You can watch the trailer if you want right now. None of the trailers are really up for any of these games, so I won't have too much to show from any of these. Just pictures. Next, we have Horizon Zero Dawn, though. This was shown last year, and it had a good reception last year. They had a gameplay trailer this year showing off the hunting mechanics, and it appears to be like a fully huntable area, like free roam world. The feel of it kind of feels like Far Cry Primal, in my opinion. Not only because it's set in that time period, I mean, partly because of that, but also the mechanics kind of feel that way. Like the weapon crafting is very similar to how you do that in Far Cry, and it has rideable mech animals, which I thought was kind of interesting. But nonetheless, if you want to see the whole gameplay, you can watch the trailer for it. It actually looks pretty cool. I suggest doing it. It is like 10 minutes long though, but nonetheless, I think it looks pretty cool. Next, we have a new IP called Detroit. It's androids living with humans. The androids get a bit feisty after they've been human slaves for a long time. You can build your own story, kind of like Until Dawn. It's a detective kind of story, it seems like, But in Until Dawn, which is what this seems to be like, you can have different outcomes for different ways you decide to play the game. So they showed off in the trailer several outcomes for different actions you can choose to take. I kind of like that story, or that kind of way of storytelling a lot. I really liked Until Dawn. I just finished playing it the other day. Really nice game. If you want to check out Until Dawn. But nonetheless, Detroit seems to be a fan favorite so far. I was watching the end of the Twitch conference or Twitch recap. But Detroit seems to get a good reception, so if you want to check that out, I definitely suggest you do that. Next, we have some more information on the PSVR. The graphics on this look surprisingly good for a $400 unit, depending on who's making the game, that is. They showed off Resident Evil Biohazard, and this one looks really nice. There's a demo for it coming out on January 24th, 2017. Something I thought was kind of interesting was that he said all 42 million of you can already play PSVR games, which is kind of surprising because one of the devs said a couple months ago that the current PS4 was terrible for VR, which is why they needed to do PlayStation 4 and Neo. But nonetheless, current PlayStation 4s can play PSVR, so I think that's kind of interesting. I mean, we knew they could, it just wouldn't look as good. But PSVR does get official launch date of October 13th, 2016, starting at $3.99. I assume there'll be bundles and stuff. You can also play 50 games this year, starting from launch to the end of this year. I thought that was kind of cool to point out. And they showed a couple PSVR games. I'll just much the same with the PSVR section. Some games coming out. New IP called Farpoint. It's a first-person shooter kind of game. There was a demo for it. It has full gameplay out by now, so the game looks like it's already fully built. They just need to do some more polishing for it. Also, Star Wars Battlefront is getting a VR section. They have a X-Wing mission, which is kind of cool in VR. There's also Batman. It was a Mark Hamill trailer. Hamill, I don't know why I said Hamill. It's coming out in October, and it is a PSVR exclusive. So more incentive if you're a Batman fan. They also showed off a trailer for Final Fantasy 15. It is coming out on September 3rd, 2016. It will have a PSVR element to it. I don't know if it's only PSVR. They just said VR, but obviously it will be on PSVR. And you can play as Promoto. I'm not sure if I said that correctly. I don't play Final Fantasy, like I said before, I think, in the Xbox section. But nonetheless, if you know about Final Fantasy, that might be cool to you. Next, they showed off Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Damn, the hashtag RipCOD was being spammed throughout Twitch. It honestly doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. I'm still not going to pick it up, but it could be worse. They showed off a full gameplay trailer, gameplay, that is. You can control space fleets, it looks like, and you can go around the solar system. The current part that they showed in the trailer was at a space station. You were flying jets to start off with, and they did show boosting through space with a grappling hook. I'm not sure how much boosting there actually will be. Twitch chat just fucking lost it during this, though. They just said hashtag RipCOD all the way. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if there's boosting, thrusting, pack, and stuff. I know that you can do sliding across the ground, but it looks like it's mostly just grappling hooks. I don't know why there's fucking sound in space, though. Like, you're in space, and you can hear all these boom, boom explosions and all this gunfire. Like, it's space. There is no sound. Like, what? It is coming out on November 4th, if you did not already know, of this year. And the Call of Duty 4 remaster also got a trailer. It shouldn't have gone after Infinite Warfare, though, because it makes Warfare look like absolute shit. This is what everyone wants. It's okay, though, because you still have to buy Infinite Warfare to get this game, and it's 10 maps. Not all the maps, just 10. Oh my god, this is just an absolute shitstorm. I mean, the remaster looks really nice, I'm not gonna lie, but, I don't want to get Infinite Warfare 2. But nonetheless, let's move on. Kojima came out and talked about his new game called Death Standing. I can't really summarize this, to be honest. They did show a real-time trailer, and it actually looks pretty nice. It has Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead as the main character. Honestly, no words can summarize this, though. You just have to watch the trailer if you want to see it. It's actually... You kind of feel like you're on acid, to be completely honest, but it looks interesting. Nonetheless, I suggest you watch the trailer because I really don't know how to summarize this. So moving on, we're going to go into rapid fire section here. Last Guardian has a trailer, and it is a game coming out on October 25th of 2016. There's a new Spider-Man game. They only had one trailer for it, didn't talk about it at all, just a trailer. Crash Bandicoot is coming out. You can play all the Crash Bandicoot games, I believe they said, which are all remastered for PS4. They are mixing this in with some Skylanders bullshit, and I'm kind of pissed about that because Crash Bandicoot was the fucking shit back in the day. Also, Lego Star Wars has an updated version for Episode 7. You can play it all in 2 weeks. And that was actually about it for PlayStation. Xbox really seemed to win this year, which is very surprising. It's just, I don't think you can. I mean, the game lineup was really solid, a lot of exclusive for Xbox too. But I don't even. I mean, I don't think you can really just understand how crazy it is that they can fit true 4K gaming in a console. I mean, you need like a $1,500 PC to do that. I'm really interested to see how Xbox Scorpio works out. The Xbox One S is just kind of like a just I don't know. It's just kind of give me money for Xbox, but the Scorpio seems to show real great promise. Aside from that, though, that is your Xbox Day 0 or Day 2, depending on how you want to look at it. Coverage. I will have some more tomorrow and the day after that, depending on how much is shown. I might just do one video. I might do two for one for each day. Nonetheless, I want to thank you all for watching. I know this was very long. I did not show anything from PC gaming that conference. I guess I'll just summarize that right now, like as quick as I can. AMD showed off the new graphics cards. I'm sure they're gonna have a lot more benchmarks than that coming up in the next couple of days. Not that exciting, mostly just for esports players. Also, a lot of it was just new indie games, pretty much. There was some Arc stuff in there, which is kind of cool, new mods. But aside from that, just a lot of small indie games, which aren't bad. Some of them were looking pretty cool. I'm gonna pick those up on Steam. And aside from that, that was all there really was to show. Thank you once again for watching this. I know this is crazy long. I know if you made this far, I cannot even thank you enough. Nonetheless, if you only skipped to just part of this, or if you didn't listen, I'm trying to get at thank you. I'm not good with thank yous. Just thank you for watching. I will see you all in a later video. Peace.